What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide, back with another movie review / recommendation. Today we're going to go back to the year 2024 to take a look at a film directed by Robert Eggers, who directed two films that I really loved. I love The Witch, I love The Lighthouse. I didn't see The Northman yet, so I will definitely be checking that out eventually. But today we're going to be talking about Nosferatu. God damn. This was a movie that I was excited for a long time. When I found out that he was going to be behind it, I was totally for it. I guess this movie's been in development since 2015, so he's been working on this bitch for 10 years, dude. It's crazy, but a good payoff, I would say. So I just recently watched Nosferatu from 1979, really enjoyed it, and it sort of, made me even more excited to see this film. And I'm glad I checked it out because, again, it takes, the story that I've heard like a few times in the last couple of months, especially the last month. I've been watching all these vampire films and stuff in preparation for for issue 7 of Cinema 187, because that's Universal Horror and Hammer Horror themed. I'm including Nosferatu, I'm including Blackula and a few other vampire movies, just because I think vampires are one of the most interesting villains for horror cinema, or just horror in general. Like, it's definitely like a haunting idea of like something that's going to drink your blood. And in this film, Nosferatu, the 2024 one, when he drinks blood, like, it sounds like he's like he hasn't drank anything in like a week, and now he's drinking a milkshake. Like, that's like the sound when he's sucking the blood out of people. So I'm sure most of you guys know the story of Nosferatu at this point. It's a staple in your horror education. 1922, Max Schreck, directed by F.W. Murnau, and then in 1979, Klaus Kinski starred in a Werner Herzog directed film, and now here we've got Robert Eggers giving his interpretation. He also wrote the screenplay or script, whatever you want to say. Really enjoyed this flick. I love the way that Count Orlok looked. I love the way that our character. I almost want to call him John, but I think his name was Thomas in the film. He plays like the Jonathan Harker kind of character. It's sort of like to the point, this film, which I appreciate, because like looking back at that 79 film, like, I like that movie, but there is a lot of sort of screen time of just like shots of random shit that like take a long time, and you could argue that happens in this film as well, but not nearly as much, man. But one thing that it did do, I think, beautifully is like create a take on this character that we've only seen a few times, and it's pretty much been the same thing. Like, there's a film from I don't know exactly when it was made, but there's a movie called Shadow of the Vampire, which I'll be doing a review for soon enough for the vampire playlist. But this stars Willem Dafoe, so his second time being attached to a Nosferatu thing. But this is about like F.W. Murnau, played by John Malkovich, and Willem Dafoe being, the vampire, and like, is he really a vampire? It's like about the making of the film. This is interesting to check out. It's been a long time since I watched it, and I think I might have first heard about that through I think it might have even been Cinemassacre. So James Rolfe, I think, mentioned that movie years ago, put me onto it. But and he had the same sort of look, is what I'm getting at. So this new take, it's Nosferatu's played by the guy that was Pennywise in the last two It films. Now, you would not know that watching this film. You would not know that. His voice, I thought, was fantastic in this movie. Like I said, his look was great. I loved, people complained that he had like a mustache. It's like, I think it looks good. Like I just mentioned in my, I forget which review it was, but I was talking about Victorian era shit. And like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's so, of the time, of the era of like Jack the Ripper is like walking the streets on one block, and fucking Nosferatu's down the next block taking people out with the fucking teeth, you know what I mean? And not the straight razor. So, I thought Johnny Depp's daughter was fine in the film. She did a good job of like being very, everything was almost like sexualized when it came to like Nosferatu with her. And I know people have said that, especially in the comments of this guy watch, Choice Voice, like the comments of his video, people were like talking about, over sexualization or like all this kind of like stuff that like, taking away from like just enjoying the film. Like you like, I don't know. I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it the way like, okay, yeah, she's got like some sort of like sexual appetite for this guy or vice versa, but it's not like, I don't call this movie groomula or anything like that. I don't fall for that type of bullshit. I think it's a cop out. It's an easy way for people to just be like, this movie is about this, and like has a fucking agenda, political agenda for you fucks. I think like, you know, personally, I don't follow this, not to turn this into like a political thing, but like I'm not like a political guy. You know what I mean? So when it gets interjected into the shit that I love, I take great offense. Okay? I'm offended. All right? When you fucking bring your pussification into my thing. Even that poster that I made the other day, it says graphic violence not for pussies. You know, and that's like the essence of Cinema 187 Video Homicide. Like, you know, I like this movie. I don't give a fuck that I seen Dracula's wiener for a split second. You know, if you watch this movie and all you took away from it was you saw Dracula's wiener, you're fucked. Okay, I'll leave it at that. So Willem Dafoe is sort of the Van Helsing character. I think he does a great job. Except his, like, the thing is with Willem Dafoe and like guys like I forget his name, but the dude from Inglourious Basterds had that ridiculous pipe. Like in this movie, he has like a fucking super long pipe. And I don't know. I think it's amazing. I just love bullshit like that. I love the like little greasy like thing he used to like magnify stuff, and you know, like this is an era where like, okay, yeah, the plague is being spread across the city by the rats, whatever. But like they just like don't give a fuck. The girl's like bleeding fucking wounds and stuff, whatever, dead body, or I think it might have been a guy actually, or maybe it was a chick, but. Regardless, like they're just touching it, handling it, no gloves and stuff. Like the idea of like germs is not even a thing to them. It's like, I can't see that, so how could it be there? You know, obviously this movie is not for everybody, and I can definitely, you know, I understand where people are coming from when they bring up the whole bullshit of like Dracula being like a sexual predator. Like I understand what you're saying. I don't accept it. You know what I mean? I refuse to accept that hypothesis. So I don't like to think that every fucking movie or everything that I consume is like being created by like fucking pedophiles and predators and stuff. And people, especially in like the movie shit, and like everyone that likes movies or says they likes movies, like they're all secretly totally obsessed with like what people are saying about this actor or that actor. You know, can't watch this, you know, if you watch that guy's movies, you're a fucking scumbag or whatever. And it's like, you know what? I can't help you. All right? I can't help you. What I can do is say that I thoroughly enjoyed Nosferatu 2024. Favorite scenes, probably when he lifts out of that fucking coffin when he's at the castle. I thought that was really good. I thought all of like the shrouded in black, mysterious, like sort of, you know, just dark lighting shots of him lurking around. I thought they worked really good. And again, you don't really get a good look at him until right at the very end. And even then it's sort of like, you know, it's dismissed. Like from like the version of Nosferatu you want to see sort of like quickly changes into a, well, obviously he dies at the end of the film. But, and you know, and there's that shot at the end where, I don't know, if you've seen if you know your Jack the Ripper history, and you know Mary Kelly, what happened to her body, like like there's photos like of her body that you can see on the computer where like, I'll just say that when you look at that Nosferatu final shot, it looks like that photo from Mary Kelly's murder scene, dude. It's fucked, where you can like see bones and shit, and like crazy fucking butcher shit, man. So, you know, again, I think what I want to do with Nosferatu 1922, since it's public domain and I can show it on the channel, I think I'm probably going to end up doing a commentary on it and then uploading it, and you'll be able to watch the film with my thoughts around it. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm looking forward to watching some more vampire films. I'm really starting to look forward to watching some of these Hammer flicks, man, because I need some Christopher Lee. I need some Peter Cushing, you know. And again, The Curse of Frankenstein, what the fuck's that one say? Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. And I think there's Frankenstein Created Woman. I don't think I have that one, but I could be wrong. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. 666.